caught on camera.
Let's go right now back down to Orlando, and defense attorney Meg Strickler is standing outside that courtroom for us. Meg, any chance that you saw or anybody's able to see Jose Baez or Jeff Ashton or anybody from the teams of defense attorneys or prosecution? Are they out and about? I mean, did they just have to get out during lunchtime, or are they sitting at their desks and working and trying to figure out what the next step is?
Normally, when you're doing closing arguments and you're still amongst trial, you're eating a sandwich back in the back and kind of adding to your. Ashton's working on his rebuttal and Baez is working on finishing out his closing argument. You are so focused. Honestly, I don't even want to eat at this time. I'm not able to eat. He probably's got some water, maybe some crackers. That's about it, because you can't eat. You sure as heck are not going to eat some heavy meal. So he's barely eating. He's making sure he's got his T's crossed, his I's dotted, to make sure that he can finish out the closing argument as best he can. And also making sure he doesn't drink too much coffee. All those things is what he's thinking about at this stage. And you know what? I wonder what's going to end. I hope Baez can end with a little bit of a bang in his closing argument, a little bit of theatrics, a little bit of emotion in his voice.
Why?
I hope. I'm hoping still.
Is that Meg, because you have yet to see that from him today?
Yes, in the closing argument, Ashton won hands down when it comes to emotion. Now, I agree with Randy with respect to how they started the closing. Ashton with the picture of Casey and Kaylee. That didn't make sense to me because it was a happy mother and child. Obviously, she didn't murder her first-degree death penalty, so I don't really agree with why he put that up. Not sure what the thought process was, but nonetheless, Ashton has much more of a grasp on what closing arguments are all about. Closing arguments is for the people, the jury, to listen to you and have you say, okay, what was this trial all about? And Ashton did it succinctly in 77 minutes. Where Baez, as other people have said, is kind of wandering around, and he should just hammer every few minutes. Hey, we got reasonable doubt here. Hey, we got reasonable doubt here. Hey, we got reasonable doubt. Say it loudly. Wake the jury up. Do those kind of things. And he's just kind of talking like he's done all trial, like this. And I don't think it's working out for him.
Well, and as he has said, it is the last time he is going to be able to face the jurors, and they will be able to hear directly from him. We appreciate hearing directly from you, Meg Strickler. Going to ask you to stand by. And Meg, I'll bring you in right now. Do you know why they're running late? I mean, what's going on? Because it seems to me like Judge Belvin Perry runs such a tight ship that he's not going to be real pleased with this.
No, I have no idea what's going on, but hopefully it's something benign. You know, a juror need to take an extra minute to get something, get coffee. I don't know. Hopefully it's something simple, because he runs such a tight ship. Right. And if something's going on, that's some sort of, you know, issue again about an objection about some sort of remark made by either one of the attorneys, Belvin Perry is going to be losing his mind. And I know he's almost already lost it, so it's just a matter of seconds if he has any more things happening to him. So we'll see. I have no idea. Yeah, no, I understand that. I tell you, he's the kind of guy that after watching him all of these weeks, I think to myself, were I to be on that jury, I'd be standing right by the jury door, just ready to go, because he dismissed them at 12:01 p.m. and said we're going to take an hour-and-a-half break, restart at the bottom of the hour there at 1:30, and we'll be back in place ready to go at 1:15. And here we are now, you know, approaching 1:45. So nonetheless, Meg, what do you think is going to happen this afternoon in terms of the amount of time we have left to follow this coverage live, gavel to gavel here? I mean, do you think he'll go much past 5 p.m.? This is a judge who's been pretty cognizant of the extent to which people can take in information. He's been very sensitive to that and the fatigue factor thus far. Yeah, Jose Baez is going to go back to his old way he just did, you know, before lunch, methodically going through the holes in the prosecution. He will put several jurors to sleep. Like I had said earlier, his voice makes me tune out. I don't hear him. So like I had said earlier, he needs to kind of go like this and say a couple things with a little bit more voice so that we can all kind of stay awake. I think he'll go about another hour-and-a-half. So he stays within the 4-hour time, and then they'll take another break, and then we're going to do a charging conference. And let me tell you, that is about the most boring thing that has ever exists in a trial. I don't know how anyone's going to stay awake through that, and how the jury understands those charges, I don't ever get. I never can understand that. It is so slow, because Belvin Perry, like any other judge, is going to have to speak succinctly and make sure he reads every charge properly, and as a result, it's very monotone monotone and dreadfully boring. Dreadfully boring.
You know, Meg, do you think that begs the question then whether they will be read, those jury instructions, today? I mean, again, look, and we said that Jose Baez said himself that he would take a longer amount of time. We've had speculation from Jay Fahey and others here in the studio that he's got a couple hours more of making his closing arguments, and then you're going to be able to have the prosecution come back and give their rebuttal to that. I mean, do you think there's even a ghost of a chance that today the jury has read those instructions, or might that wait till the holiday tomorrow?
I personally think that he's going to do it today because Judge Perry, about a week ago, I believe last Saturday, was asking the defense and the prosecution how long they were going to be for closing. And again, originally closing for prosecution was going to be 8 hours, and Judge Perry said, oh, good golly, you're going to put them right to sleep after 8 hours. Who can talk that long? And then ultimately he said, no, we're going to make it shorter. But Judge Perry originally wanted to do closing on Friday and then have the charging conference after. So he gave the impression already he was willing to do the charging conference after, not charging conference, give the charges to the jury after the closing arguments on Friday originally. So he already was thinking he was going to do it in the evening after the jury was tired. So I kind of think it will happen today.
All right, you know what? Okay, everyone, Mike, my producer, if that picture we just saw was live of the judge coming back and sitting down, no, that was not live. Okay, we were hoping that it would be live and get this thing back underway. I guess not quite yet. Okay, Meg, I'll ask you to stand by there in Orlando, and I'm going to go to you, Randy Zellin. The fact that it's being drawn out.